Coming to you live with all the sports action from around the UP. Welcome to Friday Night Frenzy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Frenzy, once again presented by the Venice Pub and Pizzeria of Ishpeming. I'm Jerry Taylor. There are a number of boys basketball teams in Class D who could each make a run to the state semifinals and finals in East Lansing, but before they can even think about making it that far, you have to first win a district championship. We begin where else but in Negaunee, where the rivals Negaunee and Ishpeming played against each other. First quarter, Ishpeming leading the game 9-5. Eric Laurie feeds Jay Laurie for the hoop, and Jay Laurie finished with 18 points. Now, Eric Laurie picks up another helper here as Tyler Windall from the top of the key for three. Yes, sir. Negaunee, though, still down three. Ishpeming answered the Miners' offensive punch with a few jabs of their own. Alex Briones nails the long two from up top. Next up, more from the Hematites. Ozzie Court from the near side, a little pump fake there. To the basket, off the glass, and in for Ozzie, who had 11 points. But Negaunee led by 3 at the break, 25-22. Let's go to the third, where the home team began to pull away. Eric Laurie said, "I'm sick of passing, I'm shooting." Eric, bang, 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 3-ball good. He had 18, Negaunee up 6. At the end of the third, Ishpeming down 12. Ozzie Hackerainen, phew, much needed 3 for the Hematites. But the Miners could not be stopped. Tyler Jandrin to Tyler Windall from the corner. Yes, sir, Windall, part of 11 points for him in the game. The Miners had a 10-point lead as we head to the fourth. In the final quarter, Tyler Jandrin pulls up and hits the jumper for his first points of the game. In foul trouble early was Mr. Jandrin. And after a shaky first quarter, the Miners pull away in the second half to win it 64-48 as head coach Michael Donnell accepts the district championship trophy. So the Miners are moving on to the regionals. In other Class C action, St. Ignace defeated Indian River Inland Lakes tonight 71-40. So we look ahead to now Monday night, the Class C regional at Marquette. Ironwood and Norway play at 6. Negaunee and St. Ignace after that in the other semifinal. The regional final is set for Wednesday. Back to the goods, two coaches, Jake Polfus and Adam Mercer, looking on intently as the Jets and Wolves played at Bark River. Second quarter, Central up by 2, and Jets strike off the inbounds pass as Rob Granquist hits the triple. The Wolves though fight back off the steal. Keenan Lampinen turns on his own set of Jets, coast to coast for 2. Still 24-21 North Central. Just before halftime, the Jets go right back to the far side corner. Caleb Martin for 3 from Travis Vincent. It's good, and the Jets led 41-31 at the half. Let's go to the third. Kearney back on the attack. It's Keenan Lampinen to Jason DuPont from right in your living room. DuPont tickles the twine from downtown. North Central would score again here on the other end as Travis Vincent would get the rebound as well as the putback, and North Central would go on to win a very good ball game tonight, 65-57 over the Wolves. At Big Bay Denok, the host Black Bears played very well, but not well enough as Munising advances to the regional semifinals with a 55-38 win. Back to the highlights in Class D, Forest Park and Wakefield Marinisco played at Ewan Trout Creek. First quarter, the Trojans get hot from three-point land. Jeff Johnson from the right wing knocks down the triple. Forest Park led by 3. By the way, is spring on the way? I certainly hope so. Later in the quarter, more from Forest Park. Daniel Nocerini to Austin Carlson. He flips it up and in. Timeout, Cardinals. The 30-second breather didn't do much good, though, for the Cards. Raymond Tomasic comes up with loose ball. He gets the bucket, plus the foul, and the Trojans led 18-6. Wakefield Marinisco had a tough time making shots, but here Shane Cole, the freshman, hits the long jumper from the near side. He had 13, but Forest Park would hold on for the district title game win. Your final, 65-50 from the Western UP to the Copper Country we go, where the Jeffers Jets, the Lake Linden Hubble Lakes. Game on. Third quarter, Lake Linden leading by 12. Alex Outsonen knocks down the mid-range J. His team down 10. After a few buckets by the Lakes, the Jets knock down a shot from three-point land. It's Christopher Outsonen this time. Give me all 3 of these. Jeffers, though, down 13. Then the Lakes begin to pull away. Brent Poisson is shot off the back iron, but Tyler Roos was there to tip it back home. Jeffers inbounding the ball. Luke Monette picks it, scoops it, and scores it. Lake Linden Hubble went on an 11-2 run in the second half as the Lakes win big, 57-40 over the Jets. So now we have all 4 district champs in Class D. They will all meet up in Escanaba on Monday night. The Lakes and Trojans play at 6 p.m. in the first regional semifinal game, and oh baby, Munising and North Central will clash in Game 2. to Class B at Menominee, where the Escanaba escapes town with a 2-point victory over the Maroons, 48-46. So the Eskimos are off to the regional semifinals next week at Petoskey High School. The Eskimos will play in the first regional semifinal against Cadillac. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. Newaygo and Mason County Central will play in game number 2. There's still plenty more ahead tonight's edition of Friday Night Frenzy. Up next, we head indoors to warm up down south. Northern Michigan, Alabama Huntsville, college hockey is next in the Frenzy right here on ABC 10. Welcome back once again to the Frenzy, presented by the Venice Pub and Pizzeria of Ishpeming. I'm Jerry Taylor. No, at least I can say it that time. Well, Walt Kyle said it earlier this week. His team needed a couple of wins against Alabama Huntsville, but before you can win 2 games, you have to win 1 first. Let's go to Huntsville, where the Wildcats made the trip to take on those Chargers. First period, the Cats enjoying a power play opportunity. Brock Moschmeyer to Stefan Vijay. Back to Moschmeyer. Bang! 1-0 NMU, not even 5 minutes into the game. Later in the first, the Wildcats turned the puck over in their own zone, but Matthias Dahlstrom, get in my belly, stops the shot off the stick of Brent Fletcher. The Cats netminder wasn't done yet in the opening period either. He gets his blocker on the shot here from Jack Prince, and NMU would steer it aside. Dahlstrom stopped 27 Charger shots. Northern led 1-0 after 1, and the Wildcats would win a much-needed game 4-1. Reed Seckel had 2 goals for the Cats. Dominic Shine added the other as NMU picks up 2 huge points tonight. On the scoreboards, Minnesota State scored 3 third-period goals to defeat Michigan Tech tonight 3-0. Phoenix Copley, a sensational net, stopped 29 shots for Tech, who must win tomorrow night against the Mavs to have home ice in the playoffs for the first time, I believe, since 1993. Ferris State defeated Lake State 2-1, and it was Bowling Green over Bemidji State 5-3. So NMU moves up in the standings from 9th to 7th for now, and Alaska Anchorage are just getting started in the Great Northwest. Hey, looky here. Sault Ste. Marie defeated Moreau St. Mary Catholic today in the Division III Hockey State Semis. The Blue Devils will play Farmington tomorrow at 2 p.m. in Plymouth for a chance at a state title. Well, congratulations to Northern Michigan University women's basketball players Alyssa Kola and Lauren Gruber. Both of them were named to the All-GLIAC defensive team, and Kola to the All-GLIAC first team. If you remember, Kola was also named to the All-GLIAC first team in the preseason. Michigan Tech's Danielle Blake and Mackenzie Pertu were named to the All-GLIAC first team, and Blake was also named to the All-Defensive team. So good to see the Huskies and Wildcats being recognized for their on-the-court efforts. Well, by the way, the Lady Huskies and Wildcats tomorrow in the GLIAC semifinals in Detroit at 3 p.m. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Friday Night Frenzy, and this is the last Frenzy for the winter season. I want to thank the entire staff here at ABC 10, from our operations manager, Ken Baynard, to all of my photographers, Richard, Melissa, Steve, Sam, and Molly, and to our news director, Rick Tarsitano, for all the support during this fun time of the year. Jimmy Kimmel is next right here at ABC 10. Have yourselves a great weekend, and good night.